Class is back in session, and that means school buses back on the road. On tonight's UnPHILtered, my conversation with the head of the Indiana Criminal Justice Institute on their program aimed at helping kids stay safe as they get on and off the school bus. Devin, always good to see you. Thank you for joining us. You know, when I was out about today, I saw a lot of school buses out there. It's that time of year to kind of keep the focus on how to keep things safe. So explain to us, if you can, the SAVE campaign.
Sure. So the SAVE campaign, or the School Bus Stop Arm Violation Enforcement Program, is a program that we developed here at the Criminal Justice Institute to kind of help draw attention to school bus stop arm violations that occur and help provide some funding to law enforcement agencies to work with schools and school transportation agencies to provide some law enforcement presence along school bus routes to help eliminate school bus stop arm violations.
Well, go ahead. And why is that so important? Because over the years, whenever we've done stories on this specific topic, we've always heard, well, you know, the police can only be in so many places at so much time. So what does the money provide, and how does that work?
Yeah, so the money provides funding, like I said, for overtime enforcement. So these are additional patrols that would take place along with the traditional enforcement activities that a law enforcement agency would work with a school on anyway. So this is just above and beyond the normal. So as you're right, I mean, that's a good point. Law enforcement can't be everywhere every time. They can't follow every single school bus in the state. But with that, you know, we do have a little over 200 different agencies participating in this. So the level of involvement is pretty widespread across the state.
And this is a serious problem, right? Because you know, when you see that, when we've done stories again in the past, we always get people to say, "Oh, people don't do that. They don't blow through the stop arm." That's not true. They do.
They do, and it is a serious issue. You know, the most recent survey, the Department of Education, we work with them quite a bit, especially on this particular campaign. But the Department of Education recently did their one-day survey this past spring, and they had over 2,000 stop arm violations in a single day. That number is pretty large. It is a little bit lower than the last survey that they did prior to the pandemic. But with that, though, they had fewer involvement with the number of school bus drivers. So although they had fewer school bus drivers and they had fewer stop arm violations in a single day, that number is still very high and is not much lower than what it was pre-pandemic levels.
So you get the funding from the federal government. How do you allocate that money?
Sure. So we have a traditional grant process. We open up the solicitation and we invite these law enforcement agencies to come and participate in the program if they choose to. We have some law enforcement agencies, this is the only program they participate in. That's how much they believe in this particular program and how much they really want to provide safety or safe bus route travel for the kids at school. But we have a lot of other agencies that work not only on the SAVE campaign, but others as well. In
central Indiana, how many agencies do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know off the top of my head, but some ones that we work with quite a bit here in central Indiana. IMPD is involved, Avon PD, Danville. We have several others around the central Indiana or Marion County and the Donut County surrounding the city of Indianapolis as well.
Folks out there who maybe are watching tonight, what should they know?
Yeah, just know that, you know, law enforcement's out there. They're helping provide safe route. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's really important, you know, treat those school buses and those school bus stops, especially known ones, as if those are your kids getting on and off the bus. You know, how would you want, you know, if that was your child getting on the bus, would you want somebody blowing the stop arm? And the answer is probably no. But, you know, big things are slow down. Pay attention, put the distractions away in the morning. We know these school buses are out. It's new not only for the motorists, but we've got a lot of kids. We got a lot of first-time kids getting on the bus that kids have never ridden the bus before. And so they don't quite understand as well as some of the older kids do. But just slow down, take a little extra time, and pay attention.
What are some of the penalties before I let you go?
Sure. So historically, what we see most of is Class A infraction with up to a $10,000 fine for running a school bus stop arm. Could face a license suspension for up to 90 days. If you have multiple, maybe up to a year. There is a reckless driving component that could be added on in more serious incidents that could be a misdemeanor. You know, if it is a tragic event, possibly even a felony.
Some serious offenses. Okay, well, Devin McDonald, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Great. Thanks for having me.